Our next speaker is a versatile personality. He is an acknowledged trainer, academician, scholar, writer, and a management consultant. He has done his doctorate in business management and master's in philosophy. He is a national merit holder in electronics-enabled training from Indian Society of Training and Development, New Delhi. He is Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar. Dr. Tomar is a freelance trainer and served the cabinet ministers of state, MLAs, police officers, and tycoons of business world. He has authored the book Rule the World as Krishna Did. He addressed first World Spiritual Parliament Hyderabad, International Conference on Innovative Business Management as a keynote speaker, and his thoughts on impact of Indian philosophy on modern management were also appreciated at Philosophy of Management Conference, Oxford, London, International Conference on Enterprise System and Best Management Practices organized by Global Digital Business Society, USA. He is on a mission of happiness here and now. The aim and objective is universal brotherhood and happiness through harmonizing the knowledge from ancient scriptures into our lives. His message throughout has long been that you can think of happiness or even catch happiness for a while, but you can never buy happiness. Many have found themselves spiritually elevated because of his teachings on Bhagavad Gita, Vedanta, etc. So without further ado, it's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar.
Namaste, dear friends. I am supposed to speak on the topic from suffering to supreme. I guess up to my best knowledge. Bhagavad Gita is among the only few scripture, or probably the only scripture in the world, which has called suffering as yoga. Bhagavad Gita starts with Vishad Yoga. Vishad means deep suffering. The first chapter of Gita, deep suffering. Vishad. Yoga means connection with the Supreme. So Vishad Yoga means the yoga of suffering. The art and the science, how suffering can lead to supreme, is taught in Bhagavad Gita. Because suffering is the fact of our world, ever. Look at the world around. The world in Sanskrit is called sansara. Sansar is coming from the word sansarati. Sansarati means the flow, something that flows with the cycle of pleasure and pain. So the world means something that flows in the cycle of pleasure and pain. So in this world, if you look around, there are 4 types of people on the basis of the cycle and their view towards pain and pleasure. Now, while you are listening to this, I request you to think which type you belong to. Listen and then raise your hand if it is your type. Type 1 people, they see both pleasure and pain in the world. They are called indulged. In Sanskrit, they are called sansari. Indulge into the world. They see pleasure and pain both in the world. On Friday, they are in pleasure, weekend. On Monday, they are in pain. If they are appreciated by the boss, they are in pleasure. If they are reprimanded by the boss, they are in pain. If they get promotion in time, they are in pleasure. If promotion got delayed, they are in pain. If their desires got fulfilled, they are in pleasure. If couldn't, they are in pain. For them, life is a roller coaster ride. One day you'll find them very happy, another then in misery. 2 people who loved each other and got married. After 20 years, his friend came to him and asked how your marriage is going on. He said, no problems. Our marriage is based on trust and understanding. And then he elaborated, I don't understand her. She doesn't trust me. So the point is, it's a roller coaster ride. Insecurities of present and future, insecurities of the instruments of securities also. Instrument of security is car. I will purchase car to safeguard myself, but in order to safeguard car, I need to go for insurance also. So this is type 1. Can you connect with it? Think. Now type 2. Type 1 is indulged. Type 2, they see world, for them world is pleasure. They see world as the only means of pleasure. There is no additional, there is no any other reality than this world. Only world can be the means of pleasure. They are intoxicated people. Intoxicated. And in Sanskrit, the word is bhogi for them. They see world only as a means of pleasure. They remain indulged in something or other throughout their life. When they were kid, it may be toys, then maybe video games, then maybe money, sex, name, fame, indulgence, intoxication may vary, but every moment they were intoxicated by something. Type 2. Can you connect? Some of them are intoxicated by earning name, fame, money, and whatnot. Type 3 people now, they see pain in the world behind all the pleasures. They know the truth that these pleasures have underlying pain in it. They are intelligent people. They are viveki in Sanskrit. Viveki, intelligent people. They know that there are two sorrows in life. One, as George Bernard Shaw said, one, not getting what you wanted to get. Second, getting it. So earlier I was crying because I was not getting job, and today I'm crying because I'm not getting promotion in the same job. So there are two sorrows of life, not getting and getting what you wanted to get. A teacher was teaching in the class and she asked, what do we need to do in order to go to heaven? One kid replied, do good deeds. Another kid said, help the poor. Another kid said, always speak truth. The last kid stood up and said, we need to die first. In order to go to heaven, you need to die first. And these third type of people, intelligent people, knows that world is misery. Lord Buddha, he started searching for what is the truth. Nanaka, Mahavira, all those people, they know these material objects cannot give you permanent happiness. Type 3, intelligent people. Type 4, they see neither pleasure nor pain in the world. They are indifferent people. In Sanskrit, they are called sannyasin, indifferent from the world. They see life only as a spiritual experience for self-elevation. They see this whole world as a drama. Neither pleasure nor pain. It's just a drama. They remain indifferent. So these type 1 and type 2 people, indulgent and intoxicated, throughout the life they remain in a spiritual coma till they don't get a huge jerk, because they are living in a life of falsehood. One fine day when they will get a jerk, what is that jerk? It may be deceit in a relationship, maybe huge loss, maybe death of a loved one, accident, and your beauty is gone. A relationship got broken. So they get a jerk, type 1 and type 2 people, indulgent and intoxicated. And after that jerk, they enter into grief, suffering. And there are five stages of grief that they go through. First stage is called denial. They deny that it has happened to them. World is meaningless, overwhelming, life makes no sense. They are still in a shock that this happened to them. I want you to think about those moments. Think about the most painful moment of your life. I'm giving you 10 seconds to go into that. Think about the most painful moment of your life and then listen that. Think the most painful moment of your life and then listen to this. Denial. First, we are in a shock when it happened. How come it happened to me? Second stage is anger, emotional outburst. Anger. Anger towards self, family, doctor, person, even on the God. You feel deserted, abandoned, like lost in ocean. Then third stage, bargaining. Now you bargain. If I could have done that, probably I would have saved it from happening. They always remain in past. They want to restore the things, but nothing can happen. The drama is over. You can't restore it. Fourth is depression. And now, because they can't restore, now they come back to the present. An empty feeling is there inside. Deep grief. They withdraw from the world. No point of going on. Black clouds are there on their heart. And then after some time, they reach to a point called acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean that all is okay again. No, it means you are accepting the reality now. You are learning with the new normal. Now life is like this only. Trying to maintain the same routine. And now there are more good days than bad days. It's just like that. At this moment, in any of these stages, the door of spirituality gets open from the suffering. Because this suffering, if will remain unprocessed, this anger, if will remain unprocessed, what will happen? It will lead to either aggression and you will destroy others. What is aggression? Anger directed towards outside is called aggression. Destruction, you'll hurt others. All dictators you see, aggression. Tyrants. But you are not that powerful that you can hurt others. Then what will happen? Anger directed towards self, it is called depression. So what is depression? Anger directed towards self. You'll hurt each other. You'll hurt yourself. Suicidal tendencies. So either destruction or depression will be the unprocessed result of the anger. But if this suffering is properly processed, it will lead to either the path of determination, you nourish yourself, or to the path of devotion, you start walking on the path of Supreme. When you go on the path of Supreme, the suffering pays the path toward the Supreme because now you know what happens when you are indulged or intoxicated. You don't look back to that world. And then how to process it? Then there are four things we need to do. If we really want to process every suffering to Supreme, first, four M's are needed. First M is a master. You need a guru, a master. Arjuna got Krishna as a master. Need a master. Master will process it, give you the right direction, and convert your suffering into devotion or determination. Determination for material strength and devotion for spiritual well-being. Master. Second, message. Read scriptures. It is must. Read divine scriptures on daily basis. Daily. Second. Third, meetings of spiritual nature. Meeting people of spiritual nature. It is called satsanga in Sanskrit. Sat means good people. Sang means be with them. The third method is always be in the meetings of the spiritually aligned people. Master, If you don't get the master, follow the message. Message is nothing but the master himself impersonified. But if you don't get the even message, at least be in the company of the righteous people, spiritual people. Third, it really helps. Fourth, meditation, self talk. Go deep into yourself. Equal to your age, go for that much minutes of meditation. So, dear friends, master message, meetings and meditation is the way. So Gita brings Vishad as a suffering as a yoga. Four types of people in the world. First is indulged, second intoxicated, third is intelligent, and fourth is indifferent. Intoxicated and indulged people remain in a spiritual coma. They need a jerk called suffering. Once they get jerk, they enter into either denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And at this moment, doorways of development opens, and from there, suffering is if not processed, anger not processed, goes outside is aggression, goes inside is depression. Depression and destruction will harm self and others. But if processed properly, then it leads to devotion and determination. In order to process, you need a master and message and meetings of spiritual kind. And last is meditation. Thank you very much. My good wishes. Namaste.
We thank Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar for an excellent session